So if you want to go to the spark plug here, if you want to make your life easier, you can remove those 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can take the whole cover off. I can show this to you how that works. Okay, the cover is loose now. You just have to remove the dipstick. Then take the cover off. You can do this with one hand. Remove the cover, and then you have full access to the engine, to the ignition coil here, and to the spark plug if you need to. And you can also clean your oil spill here. We are putting this back on for now, so that we don't get dirt in there. So a quick hint when working on this, you should remove the spark plug anytime you run the risk for this thing starting on its own, because of this magnetic ignition coil and this magnet here. By turning this wheel by accident a little bit can cause a spark that can cause the engine to run, and this thing will rotate, and without the starter engaging. But while we have this open, we do another inspection here if all those teeth are good. And not only those teeth, you're gonna look if those teeth are okay. Here you can see there's like a little spot there that was not so good, you know, that engaged as the machine was still running. Not cool. You can file that off with a little file to make that better there. And yeah, we're gonna go and take the spark plug out and see how the new spark plug fits in there. So removing the spark plug, I do have my new spark plug here. I'm gonna park this one here. Up there it's parked now. I'm gonna take this one out. You don't do this with one hand, always with both hands. Here. And you don't do this on a hot engine, cold engine. Okay, and then I'll take the open out and see if it's good or bad. And it's not bad. The gap is a little higher than we need. We need the right gap. So we're gonna put the new one in. But before we do that, we're gonna go in there with an endoscope and see how it looks like inside. So while I'm out to get more tools, the dog was watching my shit here, that nothing disappears. So, okay. The gap is supposed to be 0.75 millimeters, 0.030. That's what the gap is supposed to be. That's what this new one has. The new one has it. The old one, oh, it's good too, it's not bad. Okay, so let's put this here. So now we have the brand new spark plug, and we plug that in here, and it has to go in super straight. And the best thing is to thread it in by hand, at least the first few threads, so that you don't cross thread it by accident. It has to go in extremely easy. Here with one hand again, it's a little difficult, but no. So there we can see that I can very easy screw this in here. See, I jiggle a little around. When it's so easy to go in, then you can use the tool to finish the rest, and then you just torque it in here. I'm doing it by hand. Always use both hands. That's in. That is torqued to the right spec. I don't put any grease on here. You could, but my ignition coil is new. So what means new? You see how much rusty it is. But the ignition coil comes with Look at that, there's an animal died on it. This comes, the ignition coil, comes with a connector here, right? So that is in top condition, and I have no problem there with that. Now, while you inspect here, you inspect that this gasket is still there. There's one. There's no black smoke left and right from it floating around. Okay, that's a good sign. Let's see, exhaust one here on this side, the exhaust pipe. Then you look for oil here. Any dirt or grease too much. This black stuff here, this is just dust, but if it's black, like here, that means you have oil leak there. This oil leak here is coming from overfilling here, then it runs down here. And this stuff here, this is from overfilling. So you overfill there. See how this thing moves here? Not good, because I have the spark plug in. You shouldn't do this with your fingers in here. But this little bit here, this black area here, this is from overfilling or leaking where you fill new oil in, and then it runs down here and creates that. But here it's super dry, that's very good. And then underneath here it has to be dry. That seal here from the camshaft cover here, the valve cover, that leaks often, leaks down here. There was a new part, this piece here, what helps it from not doing this anymore. And then up here on the exhaust, it's all clean, no oil spill there, so that's good. There we go. Neat. Now we can put the top back on. So we're putting this back on. Oops. And we don't put it too tight here because it's plastic, right? Plastic and aluminum. And there we go. 4 screws that holds this whole thing in place. And now we are looking pretty good. The only thing what is left on this mower would be sharpening the blades. That is a whole other story. So while I was out, I decided to get a new fuel line here, because the other one was a little short. It was like just behind the filter here. So what I have now is a new fuel line from the gas tank down here, then my switch on off the valve, and then here the filter, and then it goes here into the carburetor behind there. Oh, that was like a quick thing we did. And getting the gas tank out is also very easy. There's one nut here and one there. Take those and you can take the whole gas tank out. And if you angle it in a certain way, then the gas doesn't leak out when you change the hose there. Also, one more thing here, when we turn our ignition on, then the counter comes on here, and that shows us oil change is necessary, right? It says 301 hours CHG, change, yeah, oil, change oil. That is on for 2 hours, right? From 300 to 302. That's when it goes, so 300. And then the next oil change would be at 350 hours. Every 50 hours you're supposed to change it on this one. So that's good to know here. There's no button or anything to switch that off. It will be there for 2 hours from 300 to 302. That's how that goes. Let's see if it still starts. Maybe it needs a little choke. It has no gas, so that's a problem. Yeah. Gas valve open, and then we can run it with choker.